hi. Yeah, so I know why you're here. You guys are thinking that I'm going to be talking about updates in the PMC and JWH thing, but actually something happened last night, so I need to talk about this real quick before I finish up that other video and send it out to you. So, let's talk about this whole Kamen Rider Astro debacle. Ugh. What's up? So we're talking about Kamen Rider Astro. Yeah. What the hell is Kamen Rider Astro? Well, it's not an actual official Kamen Rider series. It's a fan adaptation that somebody wants to make. They currently started a GoFundMe, which, if you don't know, GoFundMe is pretty much for people that are having a lot more difficulty getting a hold of cash for things like medical expenses or, you know, helping younger kids go do stuff like go travel or whatnot. So I don't really think that a platform like that would have been acceptable for asking for $100,000 for the rights to Kamen Rider to make this show. You gotta learn some stuff about the rights to Kamen Rider. So here I am to help you out, because I know a little bit of a thing, okay? Here we go. First off, asking for $100,000 for the rights to Kamen Rider. That is a hefty chunk of change. That is nowhere near what Toei wants for the rights to Kamen Rider. If you want an idea of what Toei wants for Kamen Rider, you gotta start looking at Marvel money, and I'll be honest, I don't think they're ever gonna get Marvel money for this show. However, I think there is a number in between, closer to the Marvel money kind of side of it, that would be acceptable for them, but that's so far and long gone from now that I don't think it's gonna be happening anytime soon. So asking for $100,000 to get just one show, that's not gonna cut it. That's not even gonna cover your budget. That's not even going to cover the license fee. That's just... It isn't enough. As sad it is not enough. And that sucks, but it's not enough. Sorry. Next thing, too, is that I personally would love to see another Rider adaptation here in the West, but there's a strict rule that I want to be followed alongside of it. I want the producers and the directors and the people working on the cast to actually understand what kind of a show they're trying to put on and what the Japanese show was, so when they bring it over here, they can adapt it in a way where it's pleasing to the fans of the Japanese stuff, it's exciting to the kids that are getting into it, and also the toys are actually good and available when the show starts like it should. Yeah, I know, Dragonite. I know exactly what happened with you guys. You guys got screwed. I get it. I'm sorry. Bandai of America just sucks. They're inept. You over, and I'm really sorry. But in the same vein, I don't want that to happen to Rider ever again. Just the same way I don't want to see Rider like Master Rider ever again either. Yeah. I honestly think that it needs to have a crew of people that really legitimately understand what's going on. Now, I say that, and there's probably somebody in there that's shouting like, wait a minute, but those direct adaptations of the Power Rangers things, the beat for beat ones were all shitty. Which my rebuttal is no, it's not. Then not all of them were bad. I'd like you to go take a look at two examples for me, okay? I want you to go look at Power Rangers Time Force. Time Force is pretty good. Compared to Time Ranger, there's only like a couple of small subplots that are missing. It's really decent. It's the closest I feel like they've ever gotten to doing like a straight up Sentai show. Now go look who directed it. See? Somebody that might actually understand what they're talking about. I'm not saying it. I want you to actually go Google it. I got a minute. You can pause me. I'll wait. Cool. So you guys know it's Koichi Sakamoto. Koichi Sakamoto, he knows what he's talking about. He's a Japanese director. He's done Rider, Sentai, Ultraman, Power Rangers. The dude just does it, and he's good. He understands it, he knows what to do, and he knows how to sell some frickin' toys. And now let's go look over at Power Ranger Samurai. And it was a almost beat for beat recreation, but none of the soul. It was like it's like if you took Shinkenger and you found all those fun characters swirling around in like a vial, and you're like, ew, that's gross. You get a little net, you fish that out, and you're just like, eh. No, it's delicious. It's perfect. It's bland water. Power Ranger Samurai was garbage. It was not good. So, can you see where I'm coming from immediately with that? There are two big differences there. A director that actually knew what the hell he was making, or what the hell it was, and what they could and couldn't do in America, versus a guy that just made something without really thinking about the heart and soul of the project. That's the one thing about Tokusatsu that seems so weird and so different compared to most other most other just TV shows in general, is that there is a spirit behind it. There's a fire that's there, and if the fire is not there, or if it's burning out or getting extinguished, the product suffers. It always suffers. And in the same turn, the products that come from the product will suffer as well. Because, oh god, go look at those toys from Power Ranger Samurai versus the toys we got from Time Force. Quality. Big quality differences. But anyways, let's go back to talking about Astro in particular. So this is a GoFundMe run by a random fan, and it's just one dude. And this is where I'm going to slap you down with some more truth. Toei will not sell Kamen Rider to one individual person. It must be a business, multiple people, a whole business entity. It cannot be just one person. They're not that stupid. They've had that happen to them before, and they're not doing it again. You need to have a legit business, a full production company, or a larger company backing your production company that can purchase the rights and make something that can be sent back to them that they could be happy with. I'm sure some of you guys don't know, but Kamen Rider Dragon Knight got really screwed over. Absolutely screwed over. From time slot switching around because CW didn't know where to put it, toys coming out super late and being super low quality. That shouldn't happen again. So the actual production. I think the person that's running it is one of the people in our community that I like to say, put the toku in tokusatsu. Toku means special. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's okay, everybody's a little bit toku in our community, I can guarantee you that. God, it sounds so dumb. So he wants to make Kamen Rider Forza into Kamen Rider Astro. He wants to make his own adaptation where he feels like a beat for beat, only just changing some of the ethnicities of the characters and switching around what exactly it's going to be as far as the school dynamic. And I don't think that one's going to work. I wouldn't start with that one. That's just me. I like Forza. I really like Forza. I enjoy Forza so much I actually cosplayed it with my girlfriend. Ta-da! What? Proud of my Space Goose, shut up. Yeah, I don't think Forza would be a very good adaptation just because I feel like the Astro Switches aren't really that fun or interesting by themselves. And if you have to have a toy that's going to come flying out the gate immediately, something that kids are going to want. So I'm going to point towards two different shows that I think would work pretty well. These are just my opinions. If you don't agree with them, it's fine. I ain't going to be that hurt. First one I would pick, Kamen Rider O's. The reason why is that belt was one of the best-selling toy belts in Japan for such a long, long time. And that toy gimmick is really cool. The RF chip scanner is neat, so much so it's being used again in Kamen Rider 01's belt. You know that authorized thing? Yeah, it's the same kind of technology they used in the O's belt. Neat, eh? The other thing about O's is that O's has so many different forms and so many different soft vinyl toys and form swapping toys that there would be at least one of those figures that kids would like. I can promise that. And the other fun thing about it too is that the only big thing you would really need to sell are the roleplay toys. And even then, you don't need too many of them. The belts, maybe a gun and a sword, and you're done. The rest of the focus can all be on figures and small little vinyl things, because that seems like the only junk that Americans want nowadays are crappy pop vinyls. I said it. Hate me. Now, another one I think would work really, really well is Kamen Rider Drive. And it's partially because I know little boys like cars. And little boys like superheroes too. Why not put both of them together and give them a Hot Wheel when they transform into their favorite superhero? See what I'm saying? The other thing about Drive 2 is that I feel like that one could work pretty well with today's day and age with, you know, people hating on cops and then other people like loving cops, and then why not just have it just a good detective character? One that people can look up to even though it's not completely real. Sometimes kids need to have that idea of a good type of justice and hope that there's somebody like that out there, you know? I think somebody like a character like Tomari might do that for some people, but I digress. Now here's my other thing that bothers me a little bit. And this is just my perspective after listening to a whole bunch of different fans in Tokusatsu and just also fans, you know, just America wanting more superhero content. If you bring Kamen Rider over to the States and you don't make your lead an Asian American from the get-go, fucking up. And the reason why I say this is that you don't see too many of those kind of superheroes around. You don't get that kind of representation like that. And the thing is that Kamen Rider is inherently very, very, very Japanese. Like, it's never not going to be a Japanese thing. It's always going to be that first. Always. Which is why I say we should probably have an Asian American lead for that show. From the get-go. I'm not saying that we can't have other people up there like a black dude or a white guy or, you know, anybody else. I'm just saying, like, it would be really foolish to start and not have a guy that looks like that. Because we have so many great actors, like Asian American actors, that they don't get to do anything. They get to do Crazy Rich Asians or get to be Bruce Lee in a really shitty retelling of a story. Oh, poor Mike. I appreciate the effort to want to have an adaptation of Kamen Rider. Personally, I really would like to make one myself. But it's not going to happen at this time. It's not going to happen for a long while. And if it does happen, then we need to be accepting of whatever the hell it ends up being. But I will also say this. If it is not Kamen Rider like the last two have been, it's going to bomb just like the last ones. We need to have somebody there that really understands and deeply understands and cares about exactly what this stuff is. Again, I'm going to point over at Sakamoto in Power Rangers Time Force. He probably understood what the hell they needed from the show way better than everybody else. And I'm fine with that. There should be somebody that's passionate and knows what the hell they should be doing instead of just making a product. It doesn't work when you're just making something. You have to know what you're making. Same thing when it comes to me and my prop making. I can't just put something together and be like, oh, maybe this will lit. I really have to know what the hell I'm making. That's why I make my patterns. I really focus on making sure that I get everything just right. And that's another problem too, is that I feel like the issue with bringing adaptations over is that we don't have anybody that really understands how to do it. You guys have to coordinate toys, scheduling for the show, network BS, because trust me, there's always going to be network BS. Like those three things, it's going to be tough, but you got to juggle the three of them. And that's part of the reason why Toei does it so well when they do it. It's because they have better connections and better communication in getting all that stuff done. They got Avex doing their music. They got Rainbow making their props and costumes. They got Plex doing all the designs and stuff like that. They got Bandai bringing in all the toys. It's like they're all working like a well-oiled machine. Meanwhile, over here, we're kind of sitting like, have you read your email? I really need these toys. We haven't finished the mold yet. They're not here. Can you wait 4 months? No, we got canceled. See what I mean? You have to get this thing going like a well-oiled machine. You need to have a front runner that knows what the hell they're doing. And unfortunately, with this Kamen Rider Astro thing this kid's doing, man, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna flat out say it. It's not gonna be you. It's not gonna be the show. You need to move on to something else. But I'm gonna give you some advice. I'm gonna give you the best advice you could possibly ever get. If you can't make Kamen Rider, make your own goddamn Kamen Rider without calling it Kamen Rider. See? See where I'm going with? Make your own idea. Come up with your own character. Do something different. Literally do anything. Make the best tokusatsu show in the f***ing world. Do it anywhere. It doesn't have to be in Japan. Just go make your own damn show. And when you do, be sure to tag Bueno, because he gets really upset, and I love it. I mean, why would you trust me? It's not like I know anything about Kamen Rider at all. I mean, I'm just saying. I think I might have an idea what's going on. Do you know this is a director's notebook? You can only get this if you're on set, working on set. This thing right there says not for sale down there at the bottom. So, like, you know, whatever. It's whatever. I'm putting my hand up. I'm taking off my badass coat the Space Goo got me. Why can't we ever get a good one of you guys over here that isn't just some idiot talking online? I liked Sebastian Rider as a kid. All in all, I think what I'm mostly trying to get across is that I do want to see more tokusatsu adaptations in America. And it's not because I just want to watch them here, it's that I want to spark interest in younger people that might not necessarily be able to keep up with subtitles. Or have a little bit of difficulty just listening to Japanese all the time. There's a reason why people argue about subs and dubs all the time, but my argument is, why not both? Help each other out, do something where everyone can enjoy it. Okay, I got nothing else, I'm good.
What are you, some kind of troll or something?